T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man,
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes,
Tell 'em.
exclusive. Oh,
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up
that's right. You're now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the world, Trap Talk's International Coffee and Dab Session. I'm your boy, MJ. What is good? Top of the morning, top of the afternoon, shit, top of the evening, where the fuck you're at. You're tapped in here right now. If this is your first time tapping in, do your boy a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Really means a lot to me. Helps the channel, especially if you're a recurring viewer. If you're coming back for the multiple time, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment, not in the live. Appreciate comments in the live. But drop a comment. Let me know how you're liking the episodes. Let me know what you like best out of the episode and whatnot. But, man, I appreciate all the love and support. Shout out to the fucking early birds who are up and cracking right now in the comments. I'll get to you guys in just a second. You guys know how we roll. For the freshest and bestest rodents delivered to your doorstep, Cold Blooded Cafe, #1 in the game, $30 flat rate shipping. Shout out to Steven. Shout out to Steven and I want to say Ashley, but that's the next one. Steven and Desiree over at Cold Blooded Cafe. That's my family all day, every day. And shout out to John and Alex over at Sim Container. If you got eggs, put them in a sim box. Less steps, less stress. If it's a sim, it's a win all day, every day. Shout out to Steven and Ashley over at Focus Cube Habitats, Flex in Texas all day, every day. Go over to Instagram and they just displayed. They did an enclosure talk on the caging that I bought from them. Okay, I fucking went all in basically on what I'm going to be doing to this room. So if you want to see what I have coming to the trap, please head over to Focus Cube Habitats on their Instagram. Go look at their videos that they did. And, yeah, enjoy it. Cannot wait to get those bad boys in here and get them all set up. It's going to be amazing. Shout out to Jesse and the entire Freedom Breeder crew. #1 stainless steel racks made out of the United States. Cannot beat this shit. I'm telling you, you got stainless steel. You got Freedom Breeder racks. You're the #1 in the game. I'm telling you right now. You can't beat that. Professional level of breeding. Thank you, Jesse. Cannot wait to see my boy Jesse and his crew at Trap Fest 2022. It's going to be epic. Shout out to my boy Miguel Garcia. I don't even want. I mean, who knows if he goes to Trap Fest? I mean, he's one of my boys. He's just so busy. Who knows? He might pop up. I don't want to guarantee anything, but anyways, I love him to death. It's my boy Miguel Garcia. Always evolving pythons, always inspiring. Please head over to Morph Market, check out his availability, and then go to Instagram, give him a follow, stay on top of what he has going on, and then definitely go follow and subscribe to his YouTube channel, Always Evolving Pythons. Appreciate your love, big dog, and your support and your loyalty. This motherfucker's just loyal. And then shout out to Tina, the entire AEP family. Thank you for your support. Shout out to my boy Alan over at Amazing Basins. Shout out to this guy for working with the something that's not easy to work with. Okay, the Ferrari of snakes. All right, imagine how hard it is to do work on a Ferrari. Damn, not my department. Although it is my department. I want in. I want in this game so bad, more than you know. But anyways, if you are like me and you want to geek out more about these basins, if you want to know more about these basins, if you want to know more about my boy Alan, period, head over to Instagram, go to Amazing Basins, follow my boy, and go to his Patreon page if you want to become ever on that wait list of purchasing one of his basins or just, become part of the basin family. Appreciate you, Alan. Thank you for your support. Shout out to my boy Blake Stewart over at Stewart Design. Definitely invested with the best. If you want to, elevate your brand, take it to the most fullest extent of being professional and wanting to get recognition and all that shit, this is the guy you want to go to for sure. But you have to come correct. This guy is no joke. Helps the best in the game, and he only wants to work with the best. So, yeah, and if you think you're the best and you want to fucking, invest in yourself, that's the guy to go to 110%. Shout out to my boy Blake Stewart. Shout out to Mark Bailey over at Mark Bailey Reptiles, OG, triple. This guy right here, definitely inspiring. It means a lot that he wants to support this channel. So I appreciate you so much, Mark. Head over to Morph Market. All his availability is on Morph Market, Mark Bailey Reptiles. Thank you so much. And appreciate these guys right here, the leaders of the industry, killing it on a yearly basis. Reptile Super Show, my boy Rami, throwing the #1 show on the West Coast by far. Sickest show ever, man. Please go head over to a Reptile Super Show whenever you can. We have Anaheim right around the corner. Then we have Pomona following a month right after that. This is damn fucking Reptile Super Show season, baby. And then be ready because slightly right after the summertime, we have NARBC shows cracking again. We have Arlington, Tinley's. Actually, I think Schaumburg is happening in July as well. I can't forget about Schaumburg. But anyway, shout out to Bob Ashley, Brian Potter over at the NARBC. I'm telling you, man, this type of conference is what makes you want to just continue to go to shows and meet people because it just fucking elevates your game to a whole nother level, man. I'm telling you, these connections go deep. And I appreciate all your guys' support. And then also, I don't want to forget about talking about Animal Con, guys. Animal Con is going down August 26th through the 29th, and 26th to the 28th. And then make sure you head over to animalconusa.com, get your tickets. I will be there in attendance with a couple other people. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. So be ready for that. And then make sure you guys head over to US Arc and support US Arc today. Shout out to Phil Goss. Go to the YouTube and subscribe to the US Arc YouTube channel. That way you stay current on events, and that way you're aware in case anything hits you in your fucking area. You never know. Shout out to Phil Goss. If you want to know what I got going on, other than podcast stuff, if you want to know what projects I'm very passionate about and what breeding projects are going my way and stuff I might have available, majority ball pythons, I'm not even gonna lie, head over to Instagram, MJ Exotics Cartel. Go give me a follow. I'm very active on that page. And you can also follow the podcast's Instagram page, Trap Talk with MJ Podcast. Shout out to all my Twitch viewers. If you out there would like to support this channel more than a subscription, more than a like, or more than a view, whatever, I accept any donations to PayPal. Exotics Cartel with an A, not an E. Much love all day, every day on that. And then also you could send a super chat. If you got a fucking question for my boy Lord and you definitely want to ask him something that you want me to throw out there, please send a super chat and I will for sure screen it. We'll ask it. We'll get down to business. Last but not least, shout out to my Patreon family. Damn savages. I love you guys, man. The Trap family is growing. If you want to tap in to the Trap Familia, if you want to gain access to a Discord with tons of channels, tons of information, shit is popping. I'm telling you right now, it does not stop. Head down to the link. Join the Trap Talk Patreon family today. As soon as you do, you get tapped into the Discord. You get special invites to events. All sorts of amazing stuff happens at the Trap Talk Patreon family. You also get shirts at some point. Custom ass fuck, only available to the trappers. But anyways, I appreciate all my Patreon members so much. You guys are my heart. Thank you for all the support. I don't deserve you guys. And you guys are riding with me. Loyalty to the end. Fuck yeah, I love my trappers. Yeah, let's get down to business. What is good? Who's here first off? Who's here showing support to my boy Lord? Damn, got Lily in the building. What's up, Lily? Trap Talk Patreon family all day, every day. The homie Austin Anderson, OG Trap Talk Patreon fan member all day, every day. The homie Mike, 1776 Exotics, definitely VIP, OG, triple OG, Trap Talk Patreon fan member all day, every day. The homegirl Chantel, Team Zoo Dreams in the building, Trap Talk Patreon fan member all day, every day. Thank you so much. This girl's a heavy hitter, so make sure you go give a follow on Instagram and check out the episode that we had on New Breed on the Block. What's up, Manuel Noriega? Good fucking morning to all the Trap fam. Ooh, I like the energy. Just got my third clutch this morning. Fucking pumped. I already knew you were pumped just by that first cuss word. I like that. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations on your third clutch. Let's go. Jose, what is good? Thanks for tapping in. Sunshine State Sulfurs, what is good? Thanks for tapping in. Wise Guys, forget about it. Thanks for tapping in. Nate Dogg in the building. Trap Talk, Patreon family member all day, every day. D's, Reptiles, what is good? Damn, the homie Angel. Damn, the essay in the building. Trap Talk, Patreon family member all day, every day. Give my boy a follow on Instagram. He's an OG for sure. That's my boy. The homie Dom702, Vegas in the building. Dog. Trap Talk, Patreon fan member all day, every day. Give him a follow. Then got the homie Steven from Desert Mojave Morphs in the building. Trap Talk, Patreon fan member all day, every day. Brandon Hernandez, what is good? Damn, we got Antoine Hood, Trap Talk, Patreon member, head of security at Trap Fest. Will choke you out. Black Belt Jiu-Jitsu. I'm just kidding. That's my boy right there. Thank you so much for your support, Antoine. Right, this is my boy right here. Motherfucker is going to just be killing it. He's already killing it, but I'm telling you right now, be ready for Antoine Hood. High Desert Pythons. Going to smack a lot of you motherfuckers in the forehead. That's my boy. Thank you for your support. Matthew Summers. What a guy. Are we going to end on Matthew again? I think we are, because you know what? He's that guy that I could end things on. Whoa, that sounds weird. Anyways, go get my boy Matthew a follow. Whoa. That was close. I need to chill. Matthew Summers, that was your fault. Trap Talk travel manager right here. This guy goes on all the shows with me. Make sure I'm okay. Make sure I don't break things like I almost just broke right now. You need to be here, Matt. Anyways, go give this guy a follow. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's killing it. Puts out videos on a weekly basis. He's not slipping like I am. So please go follow my boy, Matt Summers, making mad noise. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, shit. We have a super chat? Okay, I can't ignore the super chat. Whoa, hold on. Damn. Okay, what's up? Yo. Hey, I talked to Billy this morning. He is hyped. Let's just say that. Probably I should have brought Billy in here as a secret guest. Nah, he would have just took over. This was very energetic right now. Shout out to my boy Billy. Thank you for being here. All right, we're going to end it with this super chat. Can't stay long, but hope you have a great show. Kill it, bro. You know what? We are going to kill it, Johnny Pythons. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who's spending their Saturday morning here, afternoon, evening, whatever the fuck. But we are tapping in with my boy Elion, okay? Lord Elion, my boy from Canada, Team MC. I've had a round with him before as far as being on the show, and it's been a while. It's been over a year. Ready to catch up. This guy has had a huge transformation in his life. I've been following his work. Very inspiring. Reminded me when I lost a lot of weight at one point, and I feel like I've fallen off a little bit. So hopefully this episode will inspire me to get back on track because my man, he's on one. And here he is. He's tapping in from Canada. My boy, Lord Elion from Mutation Creation. What is good, Lord?
What's up, everyone? How's it going?
How you living, bro? Tell us the truth.
Oh man, I'm just chilling right now. That's what I'm doing.
Is that your room or you at Billy's? What's behind you?
No, this is my reptile room actually.
Damn, bro, things have grown. Wow.
Yeah, it came a long way from being in the bedroom.
For real, bro.
Like all the snake racks and melamine and stuff. Now I have ARS racks.
Last time I had you on the show, you were in a room, a legit bedroom. Like
yeah, I had all my reptiles in there.
Wow, man.
Now I moved into like a space where I could just have like all my reptiles in here. It's pretty cool.
All right. Well, listen, we have a lot of catching up to do, obviously. First and foremost, I want to know what inspired you to do this transformation that you did. You know, I mean, first off, I didn't know you were injured. I know I saw photos of you in the hospital.
Yeah.
You could kind of just explain that to me because I don't know what the fuck happened there. And then
so that was like a couple years ago, actually. I got into like an accident where I got like hit by a car. Wow. And so I was like dealing with injuries. I was dealing with like lawsuits, all these things where I just needed to like stay quiet about it.
Right.
And that slowly, like just, you know, being injured, I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to do things. So eventually it got to the point where I just like gained weight. And I guess that's what inspired me is I was like, yo, I need to lose some weight. I need to like actually get back into shape. So little by little, I started to just like do things that were beneficial to me. And I lost 100 pounds ever since the last time we spoke. I actually watched the video that me and you did. I'm like, I don't even recognize that guy anymore. It's crazy,
man. Well, it's crazy because as much as you look like, you know, like you've come so far, but you look like you've matured a shit ton too. Like you don't look like a.
It's the mustache. It's the mustache. Don't get confused.
I don't want to sound weird and say I miss you looking cute and chubby, but bro, you look you look like a bear, like a fresh kid out of high school. You know what I'm saying? But now you're a straight man now. I don't know. It's definitely the beard, probably for sure. But
probably
either way, I'm curious on, you know, because there was obviously a path of the eating habits and you not wanting to work out. So there was a breaking point. What was the breaking point for you to be like, fuck it, I need to start doing, because this is where I'm at right now, bro.
Yeah.
I had my reconstruction on my knee, and then I had some other issues on other issues, and I'm finally feeling strong again, but I don't want to get hurt. So I use that as an excuse on why I don't want to actually run stairs or do fucking sit-ups or do stuff that's like kind of like backbreaking, right? So what was your pushing point that made you just say, I have to do this?
So I think it was like last year around exactly this time, because it was around May when I actually started to like, you know, take fitness a little bit more serious. So it was last year around this time, I decided, I don't know why, I'm 300 pounds at this time. So I'm at my heaviest. I'm like, you know what? Let me go for a run. I have no business running, first of all, because like I'm like so heavy already. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go for a run. 10 seconds. No, I'm not even shitting you. 10 seconds in, I'm gassed. I'm dying. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. Like I am so out of shape. And I think that was like the biggest realization where I was like, I need to do something about this. Because before, like in high school, like I was like, you know, a really good athlete. I was in football, I was in basketball, I could jump. I was pretty athletic. So fast forward a couple of years, because I got injured and everything, it just caused me to like gain weight. So I was like, yeah, I need to do something about this right now. So it was little tiny things that I did every single day that made the big difference. I didn't do anything extreme. I didn't go on like any extreme diet. I ate what I love to eat is the one thing I tell people. So I was just being more mindful of what I was eating and moving more. And little things I did every single day added up.
Right. And you know, I feel like the biggest thing of doing things little by little is it builds consistency, right? Because you always people want results, and people think the harder they work out, the quicker they get results. And it's not like that. It's a long-term thing, you know, and the thing is, it becomes a lifestyle. That's why I miss it so much. Like I had going to the gym as a fucking lifestyle, like how I brush my teeth. Like I have to go to the gym type of thing. And now I feel like I don't belong in a gym. It sucks. It sucks that I have that feeling now where I don't feel like I'm out of place. I just feel like I don't want to be there. Like I much rather work at home, because I just don't have that. I don't have that intimacy with it no more. Not that I can't get it back, right? But just being hurt sucks, you know, like especially when you're fucked up. Like I've been hurt before, but like the reconstruction thing, a car accident, like I've had things that literally I was unable. Like I was like basically handicapped and I couldn't do shit. And you know, one wrong move sets you back even more. You know what I mean? So, but baby steps, like you said, it's just little by little.
Yeah, it was like the little tiny baby steps that I did every single day. You know, my brother, he is a personal trainer, and the one thing that he told me was, don't, you know, take away or start doing anything extreme. If anything, start adding little things to your daily routine. So I started to walk for like 15, 30 minutes a day. That's why I have like the Fitbit, just to track my steps. I was making healthier choices when it came to food. I was exercising more. So little tiny things eventually added up to like big results, where I was, I guess, so focused on like just exercising and doing things that I don't even realize that, holy snap, I actually came so long, like a long way already. And when I look back, I'm like, holy shit, like I don't recognize the person that, you know, back then, 300 pounds versus now 195. So it's actually crazy, like little tiny things. And I was losing about 1 pound to 2 pounds a week. So it wasn't even like I was losing a lot of weight drastically.
I hate to say this, but I think my problem is like I'm not 300 pounds, and I feel like I'm still, but I'm not. Like I feel like I'm 225, and but I know like I don't know, man. I just, because I told you my story. I was at 265. Like in 2015, I hit 265, and I remember seeing pictures. I went to Mexico, and I remember seeing my belly, and like I look like the side of my belly looked like a canvas, like you could fucking write on it. And I was like, dude, this cannot be. And so like I mean, my canvas is really mini now, but I don't know what it take. I don't know, but all I know was seeing your transformation really sparked something in my head for sure.
And I think mostly that's why I posted it, is just, you know, to motivate others, right? That's what we're all here for.
That's why I liked working at the gym, because it's gym is hard to work at. You know, selling fitness is not easy, but when you believe when you believe in it so much and you're like sharing stories that are actually legit, people are like, okay, fuck, I'll buy training then if that's the deal, you know, like, and that's just how it is. And I was really good at that because all the weight I lost. But good on you, man. Now I have to ask you, how's your work ethic now with the animals? I mean, obviously, I'm sure you're doing, but like, how do you feel now working with the animals? Does it even feel even better now? Or, I mean, has your mood changed? Let's talk about that real quick.
So that was like the most important thing too, is that like, because I went through just like losing weight and everything and just getting more fit, it's definitely improved, you know, my quality of life, but also like the way I take care of my animals too. Like I don't cut corners anymore, where before I think I'll be like, I'll clean like later, or now I'm like pretty good on schedule when it comes to feeding, cleaning, breeding, pairing, organizing things, putting barcodes. So little tiny things eventually turned into like bigger stuff too, where it bled into other areas of my life, not just fitness. You know, it's going into my animals now, you know, even finance too, like taking care of like loans or taking care of debt. So any little tiny thing that, you know, back then I was maybe putting aside, now I'm like tackling it with like full force.
That's awesome. I mean, it's like you're not afraid to just take care of shit now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically. Now it's like, now you have that confidence that, okay, I could actually do this, and like I could do anything.
You just reminded me of something that I used to tell everyone at the gym. Like, and this is why I believe in morning workouts, right? Because I feel like if you wake up and get a fucking workout in, the rest of the day is so easy. It's like you've already accomplished the hardest part of your day, and that's the workout. And like I'm talking about like obstacles with like relationships, whatever is not going to be as difficult as you putting in work at a gym. I'm telling you, it
100%.
It does.
It's like you're going into battle with yourself in a way, but to better yourself, not in a negative way. You're doing things for a good thing.
Yeah. Damn, heavy. Damn, I knew this was going to be a good episode. I needed this. I can't wait, because now you got to think, I'm only 225. I would like to get back down to 190. I was at my best. I was at 190, like 17% body fat, which I still want to do better. But one thing, even when I wasn't like, I guess, quote unquote, good shape back when I was at the gym, I never got my diet down, bro. Like I always had tortilla, bean. I just ate what I wanted to eat, but that's why I worked out. That was my motivation. I was like, if I work my ass off, then I could get away with eating basically. I just have that. I have that. Luckily, genetics. Like my dad's like that too. My dad still fucking throws down a bowl of milk with fucking ice cream every night, and he doesn't. He doesn't. He still has abs. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, you know? So, but either way, I can only imagine the diet, because diet is 80% of, I think, of everything.
Oh, like, 100%.
It's so much of the diet, and that's obviously the hardest part, temptations. But dude, I cope with food so much, bro. I don't know what to like. It's like smoking weed. I need it. I need to eat good. Like
and that was the main thing of where I was kind of having issues, where if I was doing some sort of like those trendy diets like keto, or if I was doing like a vegan diet or something, it would be so restricted where if I was off of it, it would almost like I relapsed or something, and I'll start eating all the foods that I couldn't eat when I was on keto or when I was vegan. So I needed to find something that worked for me. And what I found was just having more of a flexible approach of dieting, where I could eat basically anything as long as it's within a calorie either deficit or a calorie surplus. So I do track my calories daily, but it's not to a point where it's like overtaking. Now it's like a routine where it's like I know how much I'm supposed to eat. It's almost like a budget. I know how much I'm supposed to eat, and as long as I'm within that range, I'm going to either gain weight or lose weight. So it's just being more mindful of what you're eating, really, because I'm eating like donuts, anything like donuts, tacos, steaks, fries. That's pretty much how I lost the weight, was just like eating what I love to eat. And I think that's the most important thing, is, you know, treating it more of a lifestyle than a torture device kind of thing.
Right. And the thing is, eating like shit is such a cop out in a way, because it's so easy to do, right? And the thing, that kind of shit catches up to you. But I do remember when I did enjoy eating carne asada fries or a burrito was after like a leg workout, like something where I put in so much energy where I'm like, I need energy now. Like I need this food. And it felt good. It just felt good appreciating, like, it's like you deserve to eat like this. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just at a point where I'm just like, you are abusing everything. But I'm like, I know myself, and I know like, my wife personal trainer. My wife is so fucking hot. She's never like gotten overweight or anything. Like she has stayed in shape, and she just looks at me and goes, all right, if that's what you want to do, you know, like she'll make all this bomb ass. No, I don't want to say bomb because it's really healthy. Bird food. I call it bird food. You know, she is like,
oh shit.
You know, like it's really healthy shit, but I'm just like, dude, I want my fucking burrito. Like, I just want I love Mexican food, bro. Like, I love Mexican. That's what I need. That's my happy. I'm able to say fuck Jack in the Box and all the fast food shit. I can easily live without fast food, and I don't think taco shops are fast food in my opinion. So I don't know, but either way, something's got to give. I'm very happy to see that you got this into a lifestyle, because that's basically what it becomes. Just like breeding the snakes and shit. Like this shit's
100%.
A lifestyle. Like there's no halfway in, halfway out. You know what I'm saying? Like
no.
And if you do, then you're just kind of wasting your own time. Like you either do it or you don't, you know, and you're doing it. So that being said, let's kind of talk into what has grown in your own collection. I know you had so much pied stuff going on last time we talked. I want to know what has transparent since then. Like what are you hatching out nowadays, or what is a part of your projects? Let's kind of tap into your stuff right now.
So I'm working with different types of morphs, mostly and mainly recessives. So clowns, pieds, ultramel, monsoon, lavender, exantic. So anything I could, I pretty much work with. So here are pretty much my breeder females.
Nice.
And then I have my holdbacks back here. And then I have hatchlings in the black rack back there. Nice. So slowly, just like it started off literally with like one snake that I bought off Billy. And then eventually I'm like, you know what, let me like start getting into breeding and being around there and stuff. Like it just turned into like me wanting to do it as like an actual business and actually do it professionally. So I started getting ARS racks. And now I have like a good amount of ball pythons where I could like produce some really cool stuff. And right now we're working with a lot of ultramel clown stuff. Like me and Austin, we're doing a lot of split pairings. So we're trying to build that arming up of ultramel clowns. So we're putting that into different types of combos. We did pick up a male as well that he's going to be in rotation very soon. So he's a pastel ultramel clown going into rotation into our ultramel, projects, our clown projects, our pie projects, just about anything at this point. And hopefully we could have some cool visual combo ultramel clowns in the future.
What's going on right now with the amount of clutches are you looking to hit this year? What's up with that?
So right now I'm at 11 clutches, and I probably should hit around 30 to 35 clutches if everything goes smoothly. I have a few gravid females here already. So yeah, it's crazy.
You're moving. I mean, what did you hit last year?
Last year, I think I had like 7 clutches.
Wow. So this is the year then. So this is like,
actually, I think next year is going to be even crazier, because like all these are pretty much females. So I'm growing like the army up.
Yeah. So what I don't mean like this is your like I'm saying this is your like your debut as like it's rolling out to where you're going to be really pumping shit out now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it should be to that point where like I'm excited. Like excited to see like a bunch of like babies just come out and everything. And that's the beauty of it. It's just making like quality, babies, and it's nice.
And we're going to get into a topic here because, you work for somebody who is pumping out probably some of the most high quality animals, like just ridiculous stuff, but by the numbers. And with you producing your stuff, what's your game plan as far as selling it goes? Or do you plan on like, I'm just curious, is Billy like would ever allow you to sell your shit under his name, or are you going to like create your own thing? Like, how are you selling your stuff? Like, how's that going to go down? I'm curious.
That's the crazy part about like just making these animals, is that they pretty much sell for themselves, right? Putting them up on Morph Market, people just see what they are. They know the name. They know who it's coming from, and it pretty much sells for itself. But Billy's an awesome guy, going to expos, like this was the first time vending, and he gave me and Austin like a separate section within his booth that we got to vend for the first time, because I didn't really bring much animals like to the show, to have like my own table, but combining Austin and my stuff, it came up with like a lot of animals. So Billy's like, yeah, just take this table, vent beside me, and yeah, that's how pretty much we were able to sell some animals at the show, which was pretty awesome too, right? Like to vend for the first time.
How'd that go? I'm curious. I mean, what was your overall experience? I mean, was it crowded, big group? I mean, what was it like? I'm just curious.
Yeah, like there was a good amount of people that showed up. A lot of people came to the booth buying stuff. I took a lot of pides, so a lot of people wanted some great pets and stuff. So I was able to make a good, turnaround on the show.
Right. Nice. Now I'm curious also too, because obviously you're surrounding, meaning the people you fuck with the most, very ahead of the game all around. Like a lot of you guys are like, are tapped into some stuff that is going to really progress this whole hobby as a whole longer with these projects, right? But what was I going with that? God damn it.
Oh man.
Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Relax. Oh my God. Damn, it's already 30 minutes and I forgot.
The dab moment.
Once maybe I do need a dab. That's what it is. But anyways, hold on. Okay. Damn, bro, where was I going with that? Now I'm pissed. Anyways, what were we talking just before that? Can you?
You're saying like we're producing a lot of stuff that's going to move the hobby and grow it. The people that I'm like with, I guess.
I think I was getting to saturation as far as like, do you ever feel like there's, because, okay, probably not, we're going to get off topic now, but whatever. My biggest thing is so many people making high-end snakes. Do you think there's ever going to get to a point where there's not enough people around to buy these high-end snakes? Or do you feel like there's a high-end snake is always going to sell? Like there's, you never have to worry about it.
I mean, you can't really tell like 100% how the future is going to hold, but the way it really looks, it's like there's going to be people always wanting these animals are with us forever, and I don't see anyone out there who's going to just be like, like I don't want to do this anymore, especially like a huge group of people just quitting. Like these animals become like a part of our life now, right? So I do think we have like an attachment to it where this hobby is going to stay pretty solid for a very long time, especially like the high end stuff. Like I'm always buying, Billy's always buying, Austin's always buying, the people that I see, they're always buying. So I truly think it's just going to keep growing. And I don't even think we hit like anything. Like I don't think we've hit that peak where it's like, okay, this is it. Like that's like, we can't produce any more high-end snakes. Like we just created all of them. I think there's going to be like quads. There's going to be like combos and quads. So it's just like, we're just tapping into like the surface of like what we're able to produce.
So I remember what I was going to say now. And it has to do with pricing, obviously, because as you work with stuff, when do you feel like, I mean, do you guys ever get together and agree on prices that maybe need to be brought down or brought up, or I mean, is that just decided amongst yourselves? Like, I'm just curious when it comes down to pricing shit, because for pricing shit that's not even out there, I'm assuming, right? Like shit that you can't even go reference on Morph Market. So obviously Billy, because he's so established and been around longer than all of us, I mean, I'm wondering, do you guys have like meetings about certain pricing when it comes to certain morphs or anything like that, is what I wanted to ask.
Like, I mean, we talk about it all the time, like whenever there's something that's created, but I guess the way everything is just priced at that point is you want to make sure that it's at a, affordable price. That's not just like ridiculous, like $1 million for like a monsoon pied or something, but you want something that's like, I guess, within reason, and something that you're willing to sell it up for, right? I think that's what it really comes down to. If I hit something and no one else has it, I guess I'll put it up for something that's reasonable, but at the same time, something that I feel comfortable letting it go too, because it's so much work that goes into it. It's not just making something and then just putting it up for like $100. It's a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of years that goes into some of these projects too.
Yeah, that's the fact behind it, and that's why I personally feel like stuff that is labeled high end is always going to sell for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Because of the time and passion behind the project, and a lot of people that follow these projects know that and want that a part of their shit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and they respect the grind too. So most people won't even lowball you for that high price animal. Like if it's listed at a certain price, they won't be like, "Oh, would you take half?" Because it's like, it's almost like an insult at that point.
I've priced stuff like embarrassed, thinking like, dude, you're not gonna like. I think you're asking too much or whatever. You know what I mean? And I gave it like a week, and that shit sold. And I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? Because like, we're talking increments of like, money I never thought I would make off a snake. Like, are we talking a snake here? We're talking a snake here. Like, this is crazy. The snake money is a real thing. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I mean, I never got into it because of it, but I also, once I saw that you can make it a part of what you love, and like I said, love, you got to love something first before anything has to do with money. You know what I'm saying? And
100%.
all this was love. It still is love. Everything I do is love. I still look at stuff, making sure I love it enough where I should either have it here or let it go. Literally, because I got to a point where I had so many different species, and I still think I have too many different species going on where I'm like, I favorite other things. You know what I mean? Like ball pythons, the foundation, that ain't ever leaving. That's where I make my loot off of. I need my ball pythons, but when I have all these other passion projects, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't feel like, I'm not saying it's impossible to have like 10, 15 different species to work with, but just understand it's a lot to be dedicated to all those things, like, and keep the same passion. You know what I mean? And I think every animal deserves the same passion, right?
100%. And I don't think you should just see the money in it as the priority or the number one thing. The animals come first. Like, I'm breeding ball pythons because I'm passionate about it, and I'm breeding it mostly for myself. Like, I have even like put out many things for sale because I'm just like, I want it all kind of thing. But I don't also want to get like too huge or too big or anything. I want to grow at something that I'm comfortable. I could still go out, hang out with friends, and then still enjoy my life, right? I don't want it to ever become something where it's becomes a full-time job, and that's with anything that I do with life, like fitness, YouTube, now breeding snakes. I don't want it to become something where it's taken over and I'm stressed about it and everything. I want to be able to still enjoy it. And so far, I'm enjoying the hobby, enjoying the whole process of it. So just going with the pace at this point.
That's what's up. So, I mean, so far you've had already 11 clutches. How many have already hatched out? Like, how many clutches already out and running around?
I think already 10 clutches already. Yeah. I think there's probably two, or actually there's, I think 2 more left to come out. And then I have another few females that should be dropping their clutches very soon. And
the establishment has been like good for you, like, getting them going has been no issues, or have you had a couple little, sticklers? What's going on with that?
No, surprisingly, I haven't had like many hatchlings that don't want to eat. There may be a handful, if anything, like 5 or like the odd one that I would have to assist feed, but they would bounce back really quickly. And I think I've nailed it with the husbandry and how I'm keeping it, where as soon as they come out of the egg and they shed, and I put them inside of the rack system, I put in the rat and they'll eat right away. And I've learned those techniques from Billy and Austin, right? They really get those babies like going really fast.
And what's the first thing you like to put in there? What are you offering it?
So personally, I go with live when it comes to the hatchlings, mainly because it's more of the natural movement. The scent, the fur, and everything. It's more natural for them, and I find that to be the reason why they're so quick to eat. And then eventually, as they grow, the ones that I do try to sell, I do keep some frozen thawed that I was try to offer to basically switch them over to eat frozen thawed. But the first few meals, they're all eating live. Most of my holdbacks, they're all eating live as well. So it's just more natural. They're just eating, like they like eating it, and I don't really want to carry a huge amount of frozen thawed rodents. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try live, and so far everything has been eating.
I feel like there's some things that you do that make the ball python so easy to keep. And one of the things is you offer a live meal to a fucking baby hatchling. Like get that first aggression going. Like get that first like, bam! Oh God, I want to. And they want to eat again. Here's the thing: I had a good talk with Patrick Holmes, good chondro breeder of mine, homie of mine, and he told me like he basically feeds the living shit out of his babies. I mean, he doesn't stuff them, but I'm saying like feeding is so scheduled in the beginning, right? Like every week. And then once they hit adult, and we're talking chondros, you're not ball pythons. Even though this could relate to ball pythons too, I feel like I don't think an adult ball python needs to eat every 7 days. I don't
Oh no.
I don't think so
No.
at all. I think there's a part in their lives, like I said, babyhood to maybe juvenile, and then I think like that right before that subadult is where they could just chill on that scheduled eating and just start eating accordingly. I feel like another myth buster here we have, other than the the water changes. I feel like feeding your adult ball python every 7 days. I don't think that's necessary.
No, especially like the adults. Like I feed my adults like every 2 weeks. And they like that, as long as they're not, of course, like losing weight, or they have a good amount of weight on them, like good fat storage. They're pretty set. Like they don't have to be eating constantly. Some females, when they're in that process of building follicles and everything, I will give them that double feed or that extra meal in. But for the most part, I feed my collection every 2 weeks. The hatchlings, I do keep some frozens inside, where I do offer it like every single week. So yeah, the collection, has been eating good, has been growing.
Right.
And I don't hide anything. That's the one thing I've also learned from Mutation Creation, is I keep things transparent. If something isn't eating, I don't lie about it and tell to someone, oh yeah, it's eating, it's great, it's eating frozen thawed, yeah, take it home, like just give me the money. No, it's not like that. I want to have it where everyone's comfortable with what they're purchasing.
Well, I mean, like at the end of the day, this type of information is so important, not only for the animal, but for like the keeper on a budget. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people out there who are like listening to other people by the book, and they're like, okay, I need to get rodents every fucking week. And bro, a rodent bill every week adds up. That's expensive.
Yeah.
Every week. Fuck, I remember my rodent bill got to like $400 a week one time, and I was like, God damn. I was like, this is fucking a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
it adds up quickly.
Right. So, I mean, that's why I feel like, be more practical with your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like even, spending time on the right thing, that kind of thing, I feel like very important. I mean, at this point, can you kind of tell me what it is that you like to feed your adult females and whatnot? Like what's your go-to when it comes to when it feeds your adult ball pythons?
So for the adults, anything that's not like huge, right? Because I do have some ball pythons that are massive, and they're like in the 70-30 kind of series tub. Those guys I would feed something a little bit bigger, like a medium or a big small. But all of my ones that are here on the 50-40, they're feeding on small rodents, a good size small rodent. Subadults, size down and everything. But for the most part, I'm feeding my females smalls every 2 weeks. And then from time to time, I'll switch it up to like a good size medium, as long as the ball python could take it.
Right. And then, for anyone out there who's wondering when that happens, as far as increasing the meal size or doubling down, that's obviously during the time of breeding, right? That's time where she's going to give you that notification like, yo, I need more.
I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm building follicles. I'm starving.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, it also depends on your rat breeder too, right? Some rat breeders, their smalls are actually like really tiny, where luckily my rat breeder has been really good at, keeping the size really, appropriate, where a small is like a decent size. So yeah, I've been pretty good at feeding, and just, I think the most important thing is being more aware within each animal. So don't just go in there and just feed a bunch, actually watch them grow and everything. And Husbandry Pro, which like I use on these barcodes, is really good at tracking the feeding. So I'm able to like just see which one's not eating, which one is eating, and just kind of like watch that. It's almost like you're a scientist at that point. Pretty cool.
Hey guys, we're just barely getting things started on this podcast. If you're just now tapping in, shout out to the 71 people in the building. Don't forget to hit the like button. For real, it's a free feature. Let's get the likes up for my boy Lord immediately, because like I said, things are just getting started. And then shout out to everyone who's tapping in. I appreciate you guys so much. But let's get the likes up. My biggest thing right now is being structured is having OCD and having things like you need to have them done with the reptiles is perfect. Like if you have that, this is a perfect game for you. But if you don't, I feel like having that, like what you have on your tubs, is going to help you get to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. This is something, kind of walk through how easy it is to set something like this up. I've never done an app before, never done anything like that. So This thing is something that is downloaded on your phone, and then how do you get the barcodes? Like, how is all that worked out?
So it's actually pretty easy to use. Like when Billy was like using it at his place, I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be like confusing. Like we have barcodes now and everything. Like I'm so used to having like the magnets up here and just like twisting it in a way where that means it's feeding, like having my own routine. So switching to a whole new system, I thought it was gonna be hard, but it's actually so much easier to do now. So you could either use it on your app on your phone, or you could have a desktop. And it's pretty easy to set up. At first, all you have to do is punch in all your animals, the names, the information of it. So that does take some time, especially like imagine having like Billy's like facility, like for a whole couple months, that's all we were doing, just putting animals into the system. And then even in my collection, just putting animals into the system. And I use Husbandry Pro for like my bearded dragons. I use it for my tarantulas now. So I use it for other species too. It's not just ball pythons. And the best part about it is once you have everything on there, it's on there. And now you could track feeding with ball pythons. I track the follicle development, copulation when they're breeding, as well as I'm also you could track almost anything, cleaning, their shed cycles. And yeah, so once that's punched in, from there, now you could start printing out the barcodes, which is you're just using like the Dino printer. I don't have it here, it's over there, but it's basically one of those like QR printers that you could print out labels, connect to your computer. You set it up, and Husbandry Pro has done a good job where they make videos where they basically take you step by step, especially like for me that wouldn't know how to set it up at first. But it's pretty awesome because you could track pairing, you could have your breeding plan where if you have this male to this many females, now you could know which one to put that male into, and you could have it in a more structured place where you're not second guessing and putting that male in with like a random female and everything. So it keeps things so much organized. And let's say you're even breeding a male to a couple females, that male isn't being overrun. He's having breaks, he's having a good rotation, and you could just keep a good track of it. And the best part is when you make a sale, you could now send all that information to the person that bought the snake, and now they have like an email of all that track.
It's transferable, which is huge.
Yeah. And even when I have a breeding plan with, let's say, Billy or Austin, I could pretty much send that information over there. They do the exact same thing, and now they send me the information too. And the same thing goes with like once you have a clutch too, you could have the baby set up in the tubs already, so you could have it organized straight out of the egg. You just have to punch in the names of the babies too. So it's a great way to organize your stuff and not have it where you're writing it on a piece of paper or you're writing it on a graph or something. I could just come here and just scan, and it'll give me all the information of the animal.
Wow.
So it's technology. At first, like it was so confusing, but once you get like the hang of it, it just becomes routine.
So there's a free option, and then there's all the way to $40 a month, which you could have up to how many? Unlimited animals, basically, right? Yeah, unlimited animals. Damn.
Yeah. It's a really good system. They're really like I don't see myself ever having like this many animals without it. Because at first I was like, no, I don't need it. Like I'll just keep it the same way. But just having that clear of mind of like, okay, I know when this one ate like 2-3 months ago, I could now go back to what it was eating and everything. Especially if you have two different rodents too. If you have ASFs or if you have rats, if you're switching that, you could now keep a track record of what it is. And I still keep these pins too that mean stuff, but that's just for me to visually see what is going on. But everything is on the barcode pretty much.
I like that. And I like how my own Patreon members who I talk to on the regular basis never mention anything about Husbandry Pro. Thanks. Now you want to speak up, Chantel. Now you want to speak up, Matthew Summers. Jeez. Because my biggest thing, bro, is like I'm so old school where I think writing it down is more like better for me, right? But dude, I hate if a paper gets wet. I hate if a paper gets wrinkled. Like it has to be fresh, or else I just don't want it. You know what I mean? So I feel like I need to go digital, bro. Like I need to go digital. I need to do the scanning, especially because like I got brand new caging coming in here, and that
Yeah.
shit, it just looks fresh. It just looks professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it keeps things a lot more organized. And I do like the fact that that information, you could transfer it over to other people who have it as well, and it's not just, you know, you're going based off what someone wrote on a piece of paper where they could have wrote that like that night or something. So it's a lot more transparent and everything, and I love it. It also made things easier. Like there's so many features on it, and the one thing that I like too is that they're always improving it. It's not just an app where that's it. Like it's just what you get is what is there. They're always improving things. If you want to add something, new features, message them. If you come up with a cool idea, they might add it onto it. So it's always improving. That's the one thing I like.
I mean, I like. Here's the thing. I like mutation creation for so many things because Billy is somebody who will try something and tell you how it is, right? Like he's not scared to implement something that might better his collection. Husbandry Pro, look, I love what I hear. I'll tell you one thing I'm on the fence about, and I have some of it on the way, so we're gonna finally share this. But I want to know your true evaluation, no fucking around, with the snake juice, Da Vinci Code, fucking what's it called?
Oh, that. Oh man,
let's get into it. I want to know.
You want my honest opinion on it? Opinion.
I want facts to back shit up.
Man.
Have it. Let's go. Let's get into it.
You're gonna get me fired. No, I'm joking. I love that thing. That thing is like the best. Like honestly, it's like.
Tell me like how it's used, how you know it's the best. Let's break it down, please.
Okay, so what it is, right? And you could get like more information. Like Billy probably like knows a lot more, but basically what it is, it's a natural like formula that has all these ingredients in it that is pretty much like good for the snake. Nothing is like no chemicals, no nothing. And all it basically does is it adds nutrition to a snake that isn't eating. And how you apply it is you get these pipettes and you get pretty much like it's like a syringe. You get the pipette, you squeeze it, you insert it inside of the snake's mouth, squeeze it out, and now the snake pretty much has nutrition in it. And the results of what we've saw is that it bounces a snake that isn't eating to now wanting to eat a lot more, right? And I would say it works, at least in my collection, it's pretty been like dead on. Like I would say like 95% of the stuff that I tried it on has went back on food. And especially like females that just laid, they basically, you know, all the nutrition they use it to make like the eggs and everything, it gives them that extra bit of boost of nutrients that makes them want to go back on food and stuff. But at first, like I was a little bit like, it might not work, but I've had experience using a very similar thing that the vet has given me for my bearded dragons, especially the ones that just laid, and it bounces back females that just laid into rotation. So it's almost like giving them Gatorade in a way, but just a lot more healthier.
Dude, and this is why like I need to think more outside the box, like you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking it's unnatural. Why are you putting liquid down? But really, it's just liquidized nutrients, you know?
That's what it is. Yeah.
One thing, and you know what, it dawned on me right now because I have a group of beaded lizards, right? And I've been going through, you know, brumation where they, you know, I'm trying to bring them back up, and some of them just don't want to they don't want to eat because they've been shut down for so long. So a technique that Steve Angeli taught me, this OG fucking beaded dragon or beaded lizard breeder taught me, was just to get a pinky, like literally a pinky, like get it, like not force, but get it to like where it grabs it, and literally a pinky, just that whatever juice, whatever the fuck that's in that, which pinky is just blood, right? But just that amount, whatever gets that thing to kind of get triggered, like, oh man, I'm hungry, I need to eat. Like it sparks hunger basically just by that tiny amount of nutrient, and I'm pretty sure that's what this shit is.
That's the best way I think to describe it. Is like you have to remember these animals might go for a period of time of not eating, and they're just becoming weaker and weaker and weaker. And imagine putting in a fully stocked live rodent in there to like basically be the snake to eat it. It's not going to want to eat it. It's so weak, it doesn't want to eat. Not all snakes are like that, right? Some snakes will bounce back and eat right away, but giving that little bit of nutrients and everything gives them that energy to want to start eating again. And I think it has like some ingredients in there that sparks like the improves the health gut too. So it's a great product.
Now I really want it to work for me because I have the biggest reason why I'm like, all right, fuck it, what do I have to lose? Because I have an emerald tree, a beautiful northern emerald tree boa that's big, and I bought her from Arlington as an experiment. I already know how imports work, but I bought her wanting to document this experiment so I could just let my trappers and other people know how it went. And she's not eating. And even last night, I finally put a live mouse in there, which technically, you know, they don't want a rat, they'll go to a mouse for sure. You know, and didn't want nothing to do with it. Scared as fuck. So I'm curious. You know, you know, I have that shit on its way, and if that shit works, Lord, I swear to God, I will back this shit up so heavy. I rep what I believe in very tough. So if this shit works, dude, this could break the whole mold with the emerald tree boa community, with the green tree community. Like, man, this could be changing because really, Billy's the only ball python guy pushing it to that level. Like, you guys have cups of all these little syringes and shit. You guys are really using the damn thing. You know what I mean? So that's why
we use it quite often, like on stuff that isn't eating, and you know, even stuff that needs a little bit more nutrients and stuff that might be eating like just not regularly, but eating just like here and there, giving that extra bit of nutrients does help out a lot. And the one thing too is, if it wasn't working, why would we be using it on our animals? Let alone some of these animals are like super high end and stuff. Like, we wouldn't want to risk certain things like that too. But the one thing too that I want to add is, like, if you're having like a picky eater, make sure you're doing every other step before. So make sure your husbandry is good. Make sure, you know, you have a good amount of temperatures and everything. And then if they're still not eating, then try this out as well. Don't just, you know, have your ball python in like a small tank enclosure with no hide and be like, oh, it's not eating, let me try this Da Vinci. And then, it's not going to work. You want to make sure your husbandry is good, it's dialed down, and then give this a go. You know, if, let's say, all of my animals are not eating and this odd one, no, all of my animals are eating, but this odd one isn't. I know everything is eating. Why isn't this one eating? Let me try something else. So that's the thing. You have to try different things, and I found that Da Vinci does like a lot. It works a lot.
So I'm so glad you mentioned that too, bro, because, you know, I had a couple rookie mistakes that I made. I don't want to say back to back, because this one I realized it a lot sooner because of the first one. And what I mean is, last year I had a couple clutches that took forever to eat, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, wow, is it just because I'm having more clutches? But no, bro, my fucking dumbass forgot to run heat on the back of the hatching rack, so there was just no heat. Like, so there's just not enough going on. You know what I mean? So, and I didn't realize that until they eventually ate, because obviously season started, but they were just really slow because of the heat. Now, that being said, I kind of had the same scenario with my super Dwarfer ticks, but I realized it when I was like holding them. I was like, dude, why the fuck are they cold? And goddamn Alice and Mac Dre, my lace monitors, I let them roam and let them do what the fuck they want. And they stepped on one of the cords that was connected into the
man.
And so it was just disconnected, you know what I mean? But like, instead of me like just going about my day, like, I was able to know, like, okay, well, what's going on? Like, what if something's not working? But what you said about observing, like the husbandry, making sure the heat, like, all those steps are important to figure out first before you jump to the conclusion and you do something like force feed or assist feed or even this Da Vinci injection or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
100%. You want to make sure your husbandry is down, and it's not just the husbandry in the enclosure, but you also want to see like the surrounding in the room too. One of the reasons why I moved into this space is I could have you know, heat in here. It could be a certain temperature. I have fans circulating the air and everything. I have this fan right here filtering the air. So it's just making it a lot more comfortable for the animals. And I'm taking the steps to make it the environment good for them to reproduce and to you know, thrive in it as well. So if I was having my animals, let's say in the living room or something, there might be, you know, a fan directly on it. It might not be the right temperature. The window might be there. You might be scenting it with like Febreze or with like candles and stuff, and that might just be knocking off the rotation of your animals and how you're keeping. So it's not just the husbandry in the enclosures, but you want to make sure the surrounding is good for them too.
I just thought of something about the husbandry pro. Like, dude,
Yeah.
like I already have to like limit myself on how much I'm on my phone because I'm on my phone all the fucking time. Dude, if I have this husbandry pro, bro, oh my God, I'm really like gonna have issues putting my phone down for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you could always use your desktop. I like using the desktop more because it's like you could see everything.
You could use both, right? You have the option. You can do right?
Yeah, but I find it more easier to, because it's a bigger screen, to use your desktop or your laptop. And yeah, you could just have it where you're just typing it in and then scanning with your phone. So it's pretty good.
All right. So another topic I want to bring up here. We were talking about the volume that is produced at Mutation Creations facility for shit. As long as I've been following Billy, he's been pumping out mad numbers.
Yeah,
a lot of snakes. And you've been there for 2 years, right? Or 3? How long have you been there now?
Honestly, I don't even know. At this point, I have no clue. Probably like two plus years.
All right.
Out there. Yeah.
And if you, on top of what I'm talking about, Austin, from what I know, took his collection over to Billy's, right? So he has his number, right? Which Austin is a smart guy. I don't feel like Austin would do that if there was this act. There's Billy's being accused of having Nido in his collection, which is huge thing to accuse somebody by, right? Because Nido is something that will wipe shit out. Like, meaning, like, if somebody has Nido for a certain point of time, eventually things you just start seeing things unravel, right? And like I said, I was brought to my attention, and I'm curious why I've never heard of any snakes coming from Mutation Creation dying of Nido or dying of anything fucked up before. How come you've never mentioned anything? Or I'm sure you would have saw something by now. Austin would have saw something by now. I'm just curious on how this rumor became a thing. Like, it kind of baffles me a little bit.
Well, honestly, I don't know. Like, I feel like people just like to spread rumors at one point, whether they get upset of something and they start spreading rumors. I work there. I'm there all the time. There's no Nido. There's nothing going on. If there was, Austin wouldn't move his collection there. I wouldn't basically have my animals there too either. I have some of my breeder females there as well. I wouldn't want to keep them there either. We take proper steps, proper measures to keep everything clean. And that's the one thing, like, Billy is really good at, like, making sure we keep everything clean. Like, he wants like nothing in the cups. We're cleaning everything. So we're really good. I do the cleaning. Austin does the cleaning. Everyone there pretty much cleans, right? So we're there with the animals every single day, and there's no Nido in that facility.
And what's crazy about, like, when I'm like, what, because I'm not gonna lie, I have not had the privilege of buying a snake from Billy yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I have homies. I got Patreon members who've bought a lot of snakes from Billy, and my homies don't really fake the funk. Meaning, if they ever got a fucked up snake from Billy, they would tell me. Like, we would talk 100%. About it.
Honestly, like, I would say like 80% or 75% of my collection comes from Billy. Right, I work there and stuff. Like, most of the stuff here, even these racks, are from Billy's old collection that I purchased off of him.
And from what I hear too, you had so many people that back Billy up, like people who are actually tapped into the breeding industry. Because from what I understand, these people who are coming at Billy aren't even in the breeding industry. They're pet tubers.
Oh, no.
Like, they're in a different department, and it's not really our department. You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird one. But at the end of the day, I mean, this would have been exposed years ago if this was the case. Like, this,
100%.
I think like now Nido, like, that doesn't make sense.
Like, animals, that's the thing. Nido is very deadly. Where animals would be dying and everything. Yeah, like, you would see it like constantly. I would even be on this live. Like, I would be there, like, working my ass off trying to get rid of the thing, right? But
you'd be a lot more secretive, I'll tell you that much. Or you'd be a lot
100%. Or even I'll be worried about my collection. Austin would be worried about his collection there. Like, we wouldn't be making the moves we're making if that was the case.
Think about all the snakes. Billy has sold so many snakes. Like, there would have been so many cases by now. Like, it doesn't make sense.
100%. No, it doesn't. And that's why, like, that's the thing about like the internet, is that it's a very great place where you could, share information and everything, but it's also a place where a lot of people spread rumors, and it just spreads fast for no reason. But with no proof, with no nothing, like it makes no sense.
Yeah, and this is why I feel like no matter what,
it literally could just be haters, like just being like, yeah, you know what, I see these guys doing good. Let me rain on their parade.
This is all coming from Facebook. This is the trash book coming from like the worst thing we have in the hobby is Facebook. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
all irrelevant. I'm telling you right now. I mean, the one thing Billy has are people that ride with him. He has a family. He has a community. You ain't taking that away from Billy ever. So these people who try to come at him will realize that I would, if there's people coming at Billy, I would be careful. You don't want to come at Billy. Billy has like, I'm just saying, like, he will ruin your shit. Like, I would just chill. I would just not come at Billy if I was you. I'm just telling you right now.
And the thing is too, is like me and Austin, when in the breeder females, we deal with like any snake that might be sick and stuff, right? And there's not even many. There's literally, I probably counted last time maybe 6 in the breeder females, and Billy has over like 400 or 500 females in there. So there's not many snakes that are sick, and even the ones that are sick, we're constantly doing stuff to making sure they bounce back, like giving them Da Vinci, treating them with medication. So it's not like we allow a sick snake to just die and rot just because it's sick. Like Billy has kept animals alive that, let's say, were ill in his collection, for a very long time, instead of just putting it down. Like, he actually gives a shit about his animals. So for someone to come out and say that he has Nido, it's an insult. It's like, it's ridiculous at this point.
I mean, we got to look at so many different things, right? Who's the person calling out? Like, who are you? Like, who are you? You know what I mean? And then
literally.
Yeah, literally. 2, it's like, where are all the other stories of this shit? Like, it's like kind of like, oh man, I don't want to get this dark, but it's accusing someone like an NBA ball player of rape or something. Like, you better fucking have some sort of like dirty condom or something. Just getting bad. I'm just saying, like, you better come with. For you to accuse somebody of this, Nido, that's not good. After he sold so many snakes to people, and you're gonna feed this horse shit into people's brains, like and obviously that's defamation of character. Like, you can't do that. Like, you're this is not cool. You know what I mean? This is his life. This is his livelihood, and you're attacking it with these false statements of shit. So, anyways, like I said, I would tread carefully around Billy. I know what it is. My own people know what it is. And fuck it, who cares? Keep it going. I love you, Bill. You guys are good. That being said, one thing I also want to pick your brain about, you guys are really fucking gangster with the ultrasound, bro. Respect. I see how quick you guys use that ultrasound. It's systematic. I don't have an ultrasound yet. I really want to invest in one. I do know it's something that takes time, right? As far as understanding what you're looking at. What are some tips for anyone out there who's just getting an ultrasound or wants to get an ultrasound? First off, how important do you feel like is having an ultrasound? Let's get that out of the way.
Honestly, I live by it. At first, when I had my other room and everything, and had a smaller collection, I would see the signs and everything. So first step is I learned all the signs about breeding, and if the female's bull wrapping, her feeding response, and everything first. But the ultrasound was just that cherry on top, where there's no guessing. You know exactly what's happening. And now combining ultrasounding with Husbandry Pro, you could literally see the growth of the follicles, where we're pairing anywhere from 11 millimeters to 13 millimeter follicles. Once it reaches like 20 to 27, they're pretty much, you could almost confirm that they're going to have eggs. And then once they go over that 27 millimeter follicles is where you're like, okay, this female is going to ovulate pretty much soon. So it's almost like you could see the growth of the follicles with just the ultrasound. So it's worth the investment. It's worth having, and it's just fun learning how to do it too. Austin's really good. Austin's got to the point where he could just, ultrasound and just see and be like, yeah, this thing is at 13 millimeter follicles. And you're like, how? Like, what if it's at 11, right? And he's like, he pauses it, and then it's at 13. And he's dead on like almost every second.
We all know Austin's a freak of nature, okay?
So the convent, like, I'm still getting to that point where I'm learning how like I know how to use the ultrasound and everything, but just seeing it based off the eye and not having to freeze it and measuring it, I still need to get to that level. But Austin's been ultrasounding quite often, so he has the eye for it at that point. But it's actually, yeah, it's pretty cool where, you know, I'll give him the female, he ultrasounds, he's like, it's 13, I'll punch it in on Husbandry Pro, and then we just move on to the next female. So we're able to bang out that whole entire breeder room. And we have a routine, right? We don't check every single females, but we check like a good portions of it. And we do it pretty fast.
I don't want to stop you there. I was going to ask you, like, you know, at what point, like, let's say you have a female that laid, right? She already laid her clutch. Yeah. At what point do you guys check that female again for follicles? Like, when do you guys go back to that female and see if she's ready again?
I would say like about 6 to 7 months. If she's eating and she's back on food, she'll probably go again. I've had a female that has laid in the same year twice. And we're not forcing anything. We're not doing, she's just ready to go. And with the ultrasound,
perfect timing.
Yeah. With the ultrasound, you're able to basically see the follicles just growing. And we're like, well, she's ready to be paired again. Let's put the male in. And yeah, she's gone twice in the same year.
So for that being said, you know, one thing what Billy told me a couple of years ago, and it like blew my mind apart, was how a snake only needs 2 locks. You know, if you got it right, all you need is 2 locks, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, right? Like, let's say you have a male that you want to put to a lot of females. What number are you looking at to be like, all right, it's go time, drop that male in there?
It varies. It varies because some females could stay stuck within a range. So that pairing her 3-2 locks, I would say around 23, 25 if you get her right on. But it could also be some females, they reach that point and then they start reabsorbing. So right. I got a female that she's at 23 millimeter follicles, and I got her, the person I got her from didn't pair her this whole entire year. So she's built up to 23 millimeter follicles. And I put in the male once just now, and I would say she's ovulating right now. Like, she looks so huge. So I only pair that male once at 23, and she looks like she's ovulating.
Damn,
so bro. Yeah, sometimes you just get lucky like that.
It just elevates the game, bro. Like, if you want to stop guessing, and I want to say I love guessing, and I do, but I also want to know what the fuck's gonna go down. You know what I mean? And sometimes you gotta wait a few months for that, and that's. Honestly, I'm getting tired of waiting, bro. Like, I want to know, is this bitch going the direction or is she not? You know what I mean? Because I don't want to waste this male's time. That's the thing. Like, and you know, that's what I.
That's more what it is. Yeah, that's the thing too. When you're looking just for the signs, some females would just like to bull wrap. They like to go on the cold side. Like, they move, right? So, if you're just looking for signs and you're going based off that, you might be running that male in too early or at the wrong time to breed. And if you have that male to 4, 5, even 6 females, you might be pushing them too much for no reason and just wasting them at that point and stressing them out. So having an ultrasound allows you to basically time it perfectly and use that male accordingly.
And, you know, I don't know, like I said, I've been so back and forth because if I have somebody on here who's like, nah, you don't need one, I go, yeah, you're right. Because guess what? I don't have one. It's so easy to say. But once I have one, I guarantee I'm going to be fucking like talking it up. Everything else.
Like if I could, when I'm purchasing, let's say breeder females, if I could take that ultrasound and ultrasound what I'm purchasing, it'll make me want to buy the thing faster because you see the follicles and stuff. So I've had it where I've bought snakes, let's say a breeder size, and I put them in, let them, you know, settle in and everything. And I ultrasound like right away. And I'm like, holy shit, like this female's like ready to go right now. Let me put the male in. That's exactly what happened with the pie that I bought. Is I bought her ultrasound. She's at 23. If I waited a month to see her bull wrapping and see her like go whatever, I would have missed, and she would have probably started reabsorbing, and then she would have stopped eating. And I've been like, why isn't she eating? And yeah, so now that I'm able to basically ultrasound, be like, oh shit, let me put the male in. So as soon as I bought her, I quarantined her, and then after that, ultrasounded her, put the male in right after I saw that she was at 23, got a lock, and I swear now she's ovulating.
one other MythBuster thing I want to bring up here, and this is because shout out to my boy Jacob. But my boy Jacob came over 2 weeks ago. He brought his ultrasound down, and God bless him. Like, he's learning, like he's getting there, right? Yeah. But he came down, and I had just thought, I was like, dude, I just fed everybody. Like, everyone just ate, you know? And so we were looking at girls that Antoine had just come down in ultrasound, and they all had follicles, but then he was going through these follicles, and he's like, oh, I can't see it because of the rat. And is that true? Like, rat block the follicles, or is that not like...
I guess it can, but it does take a bit of practice, right? Because even me, you know, the first times that I was doing, because I borrowed the one that Billy has, right? So he lends me it, and since it's portable, I just bring it home, and I'm ultrasounding. I put the gel, and the gel's going everywhere. It's on my knee. It's like just a mess. I'm using like the whole roll of paper just to clean the one female. So it is a learning process because these animals like to move and stuff. Where I see Austin, he just puts it on his knee, just ultrasounds, and like he's like, yeah, 13, next one, 14, next one, 30, and I'm over here like with gel all over my like face. Like, it's just a mess. So it's like it does take a bit of a learning process to do, but once you have it down, like you're able to see certain things. Like, so it can, I guess, block it in a way, but you should more or less be able to still see some follicles. I think, but I wouldn't ultrasound right after they eat, just because like it could stress them out or something, right?
Yeah, I think that's what the problem was. And also, he forgot his fucking gel. He didn't bring his gel. He brought his ultrasound.
Well, then that's probably maybe another.
You're using hand sanitizer.
Oh shit! I mean, I think as long as it's like moist or wet. Like, I know some people use water. I've seen like
we had some where we could see them, you know. But then like I had all these other girls. I had all these other girls that I knew like had. He's like, dude, I don't see it. I'm like, what? I was like, are you telling me all these girls reabsorb? I'm like, this fool's tripping right now. So I don't know. Maybe it's right. It's better off not. So let me ask you: you guys never ultrasound after? Like, you wait until like you guys are looking at the feeding schedule before you guys do ultrasound?
So how the rotation is, even like for me, but since I only get the ultrasound, let's say once a month, I ultrasound everything. Right. But in the like facility, like at Billy's, we're ultrasounding, let's say 1 week, all the yellows. So all the yellows basically mean that they're at 11 millimeters and up, and they're pretty much ready to be paired. The blacks mean that they're pretty much already eggs and they're already formed. So anything without yellow, 1 week will ultrasound, right? And those are ones that have not been building yet. And once we basically see them yellow, we see them at 11 millimeters, we add a yellow clip, and now we're like, okay, this female is ready to be paired. Now we put her into the breeding plan, and she's in rotation to be paired as well. So yeah, we're ultrasounding like once a week basically, and that's how we're able to see certain females grow and their follicles growing. So we're not just waiting around being like, oh, she laid like 6 months, let me just wait. You know, if she's eating and stuff, we'll put her in rotation. Of course, if it says laid, because he has a laid card, we flip it over, and if it says laid, we're not going to ultrasound her because she just laid. But within like 5, 6, 7 months, she should be building again.
Are they Velcro? How's that stuck to the tub? I'm curious.
Oh, this is just stuck on. It's like a envelope sleeve, and it's just it has like a sticky side, and you just stick it on, and then you just like slide the cards in. So this is like the male that's.
Why is there two?
So I have the female, and then this is the male that's being paired to that female.
Got it.
Yeah, so I made a bunch of cards of all the males, and let's say that male is going to 4 females. There'll be 4 of that name beside the male, or beside the female.
Very player.
Yeah,
I love it. All right, listen. I have a Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that's just for me to see like which one's being paired.
That's what's up. First off, hold on. Before I get to the wrap-up question, how are the beaded lizards? How are your beaded dragons doing? Like, how are they doing?
Oh, they're amazing. They're just looking at me right now. You think I'm gonna feed them?
And they're great. Those aren't really for breeding, if I'm right, or do you breed them?
No, like honestly, like I just love keeping them. I love keeping all different kinds of reptiles too. So I have some crested geckos, blue-tongued skinks, savanna monitors. So I still have like all other different types of species of reptiles I just keep like as pets. even my ball pythons, I love keeping them.
All right. That's what's up. All right, listen, I have a wrap-up question before we get into some hot seat questions for you, okay, Lord? And I'm curious because, you know, I always say, man, this hobby is growing, as you already know that. But if you were to get into this game right now, like let's just say if you were to take all the knowledge you have from Billy, everything you've worked with, but then like, boom, like Men in Black, fucking like, just different. Now you're in a different life, but you have all this information stored. How would you approach this game right now into the ball python game? How would Lord make his way into the ball python game? And let's say you had 100K or whatever the fuck. I'm just curious what direction you would go at this point if you were to start from scratch.
If I had 100K, I'll take that 100K, put it on black. Hopefully I make 200,000 and then put it all in.
You're a sick one, bro. No way.
Yeah, no, honestly, like that's the one thing. I wish I went harder at the beginning, which I still did. Don't get me wrong, but I think I grew at a good pace. But I wish I like maybe put more into like one particular project, which I would have went straight into Ultramel and just like got all the Ultramel females and put that into my clown. But yeah, like I wish I stuck to one particular project, which I got down the following year where I got very focused. But that first year was like I was getting this female, that female, just because it was cool and everything. Luckily there was still, you know, something I could work with, and it was like a recessive project. But if you could just focus in and hey, like sell your house or something, like go all in.
What about
actually don't sell your house?
Yeah, don't do that. Don't sell your house and don't quit your job. Please.
No. Don't grow at a good pace. That's the beauty of it. You know, now I could say that because I'm comfortable with like the routine that I have, but just grow at a small pace. Like honestly, I wouldn't even change much because I learned so much already, and I was able to grow from it.
And with growth, I feel like you need some sort of mentorship, or you need somebody, right? I feel like no matter what, you can't do it on your own, especially in this day and age, right? So, do you feel like mentorship or growth is something you need to go out there and seek, or do you feel like that kind of lands in your lap if you're just doing the right thing? What's your opinion on that?
A mixture of both, right? I feel like a good mentor is gonna obviously guide you in the right direction, but it all varies too. You have to be doing what you love to do already before someone will even acknowledge that you're about it as well. You know, talk is cheap at the end of the day. If you could showcase your work, then you're able to now provide something of value, and the person's now willing to want to work with you and be around and everything. Because, you know, if I went to Michael Jordan and was like, hey, I want to become like a NBA player and everything, right? Like he might look at me and be like, dude, like, what are you talking about? But if he saw my work and he saw like my highlight reels, I'm dunking on everyone. This guy, you know, the work speaks for itself at that point. So I think a mentor is definitely needed, but putting in the work before getting a mentor is important too.
Well said, my man. Well said. Well, shit, bro. What an amazing episode. Appreciate this round 2. Let's get these hot seat questions in. A little bit edited.
Buddy.
These are little special additions for you, okay? Did we have our hot seat question round on our first episode?
Yeah, we did actually. I think so. Yeah.
Some of the questions might be the same. That's because I'm testing. I want to see if you're gonna lie.
Oh shit.
All right, so I'm gonna compare. So here we go. Hot seat questions for Lordy Lion coming in hot as always. No explanation. Please give them to me as I'm giving to you. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Coming in hot. ASF or rat? If it came down to feeding a snake, ASF or rat?
Rat.
A cut or no cut?
Cut.
What day?
I cut day 55, to be honest.
Okay. Red chondro or yellow chondro?
I'll say red.
Pre-first shed meal or pre-first shed meal or post-first shed meal?
Is that for hatchlings?
Yeah, like the very first meal ever. Would you do it post-shed?
After they shed. Post.
Okay. Yay imports or boo imports?
It depends. Depends on the species.
If you had to make the law, they're like, all of a sudden you're in charge. Like, here, you sign this, yes or no? What would you say?
Oh,
yes or
yes to imports. Why not?
As
long as the animal is healthy.
Of course. If you could import any reptile to your collection today, what reptile would that be? Doesn't matter what it is.
Man. And a Komodo dragon.
Thank you. Thing. All right, one reptile nobody should ever import ever again. Leave it alone.
Ooh. Oh, that's tough. I don't know. There's not many.
What about the turtles, bro?
I mean, yeah, I guess turtles, sea turtles.
I favorite the turtles, man. I'm sorry, they're one of the most smuggled things in here, and they just need to be left alone.
True.
Boxes and underwear, it's not good.
Yeah.
Favorite leg workout?
Squats.
Favorite cardio workout?
Walking. I hate cardio.
Favorite cheat day, like cheat meal. If you could eat whatever the fuck you want, what is it?
Ooh, tacos.
Least favorite meal?
Ugh.
Like something you eat only because you know you have to eat it. Like it's maybe one of those. You know what I mean? Like whatever. You know what I mean?
I'll say chicken breast.
Okay.
Like that thing is nasty.
All right. Let's see. Big flexor or no flexor?
Big flexor.
Yeah, so I like to hear. West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
I'll say West Coast.
Favorite West Coast rapper of all time?
Ooh, I'll say Snoop Dogg.
All right. Little word association. First thing to come to mind. Milk.
Shakes.
Substrate.
I'll say coconut husk.
FedEx shipping.
Approve.
Day 60.
Too late.
First time ball python breeder.
Fun. I don't know. Like, what are you supposed to say about that?
Say hi or something, man. I'm just kidding. Instagram trolls. Come on. Instagram trolls.
Oh, fuck the haters. All
right. If you had to get rid of one platform forever, and I mean forever, is it going to be TikTok or YouTube? Which one has to go?
Well, I'll have to be TikTok. TikTok got to go.
Dude, listen. Inspiring episode. Keep killing it, bro. I mean, obviously, I see nothing but growth. You've grown so much since the last time I've had you on here. Mad respect.
I appreciate it.
We had up to over 70 people at once for this episode, over 70 likes. What do you have to say to everyone in here who tapped in and showed you love today?
I just want to say thank you for everyone who tapped in. Keep doing what you guys are doing. Follow your dreams. Dreams do come true. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a beautiful weekend.
All right, bro. Thank you so much. Round 2, it's a wrap for my boy, Lord and Lion. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, dude, have a good rest of your day. And like I said, keep killing it.
No, you too.
All right, dog.
I appreciate it.
All right, peace. What a guy, man. Thank you so much, everyone who tapped in. I appreciate it so much. Now go enjoy the rest of your fucking day. I got kind of an agenda. Big things popping off for me. But anyways, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if this is your first time tapping in. I really want to get my subscribers up. So why don't we help me with that. Get the subscribe up if you're your first time tapping in. Hit that subscribe button. Notification bell so you're on top of every single podcast I drop here on the channel. Hit that like button, man. Thank you for all the likes. I appreciate it. This guy deserves all the likes in the world. So before you dip out, hit that like button. Are you guys ready for tomorrow's episode? I've been waiting for this. It got postponed last week because Steven loves his NBA. NBA Finals, he tells me. But he knew about this for like 2-3 weeks. And because, the day of the show, he hits me with that. Anyways, I'm over it. It's tapping in tomorrow. We have not only Stephen Cush, but my other best friend, Andrew Acevedo. We have the man who's killing it in the Super Dwarf game. We have the man who's the king of the Scrub gang. And we have MJ. Dude, it's all going to go down. We have so much shit that we're going to break down. The Super Dwarf for tick market, Scrub market, all fucking rare snake species talk, all that shit. We're tapping in, nothing related to ball pythons. So if you're looking to geek out on other stuff other than ball pythons, if you're ready to get more out of this, you're going to want to tap into this fucking episode because it's going to go down. And you're going to want to join Trap Talk Patreon family. That's a fact. I love all my Patreon members. I love all my followers. I love all my support out there. You guys are day ones. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Come fuck with your boy, and I'm out. Cheers!